Good morning, it is Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. I have some exciting news. First, I'll tell you the exciting news. These two little critters are coming home this afternoon to live with me. The little boy, currently his name is Ralphie. He is the one that has the tail crooked over his little back. The little girl cat is Cuddles, and I don't know that their names will stay the same. I'm the type of person I like to, when I get a pet or an animal, have them in the house, kind of get an idea of the vibe that they give, the name that they've chosen. I know that sounds crazy to some of you, but that's normally the way that I work when I get an animal, so that, I feel like it's a name they chose, not one I chose. So anyway, these two are coming home this afternoon. I'm pretty excited. I am cat-proofing the house as best as I can right now. I do still have a lot of things that need to be put away. So these two will get to have a lot of boxes to play in. That is for sure. But, sorry about the nose. But, like I said, I'm excited. All right. And the weather is turning, so the voice is going to act up, and I do apologize for that. I did get the Vanilla Baby sweater finished, and this one I did choose to go ahead and put all the buttons on, 7 buttons. It's in garter stitch. I love garter stitch. I find garter stitch very soothing. It's soft, it's cushy. That's why I like it. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy stockinette as well, but I just love the squishiness of the garter stitch. But there is that baby sweater there. And the church had another couple that announced that they are due, I believe in April, with twins. So I teased her because she sits over on the left side of the church. I know I've told you before about the whole thing with the left side of the church. It's normally where all the babies, families are. Pregnant people sit over there. Although this Sunday, one of the pregnant couples sat in front of us. And I was teasing her. I said, listen, you can't be sitting in front of us. This section is a no pregnancy section. Which she just giggles, about it. She goes, oh no, I'm changing that. I'm bringing pregnancy over to all the sections. So, yeah, we've had a good little laugh about that. And she is due, I believe, February the 9th. And I found this rather interesting. Her and her husband, Alex, the way that they name their children is they don't name them in the hospital. They bring them home, they cuddle, they love on them the first week before they ever name their babies. So, and they choose it based on the stage of life that they are in at that moment. So, I think that's a rather neat way to name your baby. But I'm sure it drives the hospital nuts. Because we got to have a name to go with that Social Security number. Now, this is not a finished item. This is a tree skirt that I was asked to make. And this is just the very beginning of it. And it is a pattern by Bernat. I don't know how to pronounce it. I wish they would put a pronunciation behind their name so we would know. But anyway, it's not finished. I do have to do a little bit more on the border. I did notice that the border doesn't do anything around the top part here, but I think I'm going to do either half double crochet, single crochet around that. I I just think it might look a little bit better. And before I start the, the border, I am going to weave in all those ends. You make each tree singly. You start out with these two with a nice big long chain. Then you come along and you make this portion, and then you make the tree from there, and then you connect. Each tree took me about 30 minutes to make, give or take. This last tree took a little longer because I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But, yeah, that is it. It has, was it 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 trees in it. So, yeah, it's a nice pattern. It's a free pattern, like I said, at Bernat, whatever it is. All right. Now, do you remember quite a few years ago, we had all these ribbon yarns, or ruffle yarns. Come on, focus, focus. And we're not going to focus, are we? All right. Anyway, this is that ribbon yarn that you turn into the little scarf by crocheting or knitting along this edge. You have this nice ruffle. Well, I'm going to show you what I've done with this. This is something that a couple of us, shall we say, whined about because we didn't know what to do with. Nobody wants them anymore. Nobody wants to use those anymore. So we started trying to think of what are we going to do with all these, And yes, I'm pulling them out. So I went to a concert last night, and this is a concert from a local school teacher in this area. And she had retired a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago. She used to do a Christmas program every year at her church. And she retired a couple of years ago from doing that. And she decided to bring it back. So she's doing it again. So while I was sitting there watching, waiting, because they had a lovely organist who played first, and pianist as well. Basically, just made some nice long chains. And this is a Operation Christmas Child idea. Leave some tails. Now, if you do different lengths, then you could, when you join them all together, they would have little tiers. Where you could do 3, you could do 2, you could knot them together or simply put a bead on these strings so that they can adjust the length that they want. This way they can choose what they want to do with this. It is just a simple necklace. Or you could turn them into bracelets. We just felt like we needed to get rid of it. We're sick of you seeing them. Nobody wants the ruffle scarves anymore. So that's what I did with all the different yarns. There were those ruffle yarns. Ribbon yarns. We've been doing it the same thing with the ribbon yarns because we had quite a bit. So that's what I have been doing. And those, like I said, you could turn them into necklaces, bracelets. You could simply send them that way. Let them use their imagination. They could be braided. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. That is the Operation Christmas Child idea. Run with it if you want to. If not, leave it behind. What can I say? All right. I think that is it. Other than, as you know, I am I guess it's affiliate of Above Rubies. And Above Rubies is a Christian gift shop, gift store that you can purchase items. So if you're looking for Christmas items, certainly check out the link down below for that. They have all kinds of things: cups, mugs, pens, journals, Bibles, you name it, bags. So if you're looking for someone in your life that is a Christian and you think they would appreciate that kind of gift, check it out. I mean, I get a little kickback. It's not a whole lot. Eventually, it's like a couple of cents, that kind of thing. But every little bit helps, right? Right. Okay. And starting today, all of the new Christmas bags are 10% off. And that will run through December the 12th. And I'll remind you weekly of that. I have a lot of things over on the sewing table that are cut. But because I have new family members coming, I need to get some other things done first. A lot of it is making sure that they're not going to get tangled up in all the yarn, because I have a ton of it. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to show you the reel that I put up on my Facebook page. Here's that reel. Scorched earth is going to be a real thing this year for me. This is the spare bedroom. As you can see, there is a ton of yarn still in this room. Those two totes have oddballs. And then I have a couple of bags down here. And I still have things to sort through here as well. But yeah, Scorched Earth is back this year for Jane. That means I'm going to have to kick some butt. Scorched Earth is back. So, that means that Jane is going to have to push herself to do a little bit more each week. And I'm going to start pushing myself to do that. That should be interesting. Simply because, as many of you know, when Thomas and I were out doing things, he drove, and so that gave me a lot of time to crochet and knit. Now that I'm doing driving, they kind of frown on that kind of thing while you're driving, so I don't do it while I'm driving. Although I always have it with me, just in case. If I'm at a concert, you're going to find me crocheting, knitting, those kind of things. So, yeah. But anyway. Also keep in mind that if you can, shop locally, but also keep in mind that many of us who have Etsy shops, ours are small businesses as well, and we appreciate your business as well. All right, that's it. Let's get on to What in Tarnation. Unicorn caught on trail camera at Arizona National Park. A unicorn caught a trail camera at Arizona's Petrified Forest National Park was actually a yearling male elk that prematurely lost one of its antlers. The park said in a Facebook post that the yearling male elk typically grow their first set of antlers as single beams. and the elk recorded by the trail camera had apparently lost one of his. The shedding of antlers typically occurs in late winter or early spring, but early antler loss can result from sparring, poor nutrition, or disease injuries that affect the testosterone levels of the male. That I find interesting to learn. Park officials joked the elk, which was recorded on a nighttime stroll under the full moon, was a mythical creature. The full moon brings out the park's unicorns, the post said. With the next full moon occurring November the 27th, we'll be sure to watch for Pegasus. Pegasi? Whatever the plural term is for flying horses is, officials wrote. There's a link to the picture. Inflation is so bad right now. So many of us are feeling the pinch when it comes to groceries. However, there are some very costly cuisines out there, so I thought I would share a few of them. 5 of the most expensive foods in the world. It's no secret that the world of fine dining can put a dent into any dedicated foodie's budget bank account. But sometimes even a grilled cheese sandwich can lead to a second mortgage. Not in this house. The price of a Thanksgiving dinner might be down 4.5% this year over last year, but some foods refuse to depreciate in value. Some intentionally so. To celebrate the art of high-end cuisine, here are 5 of the most expensive foods in the world. Most expensive French fries, $200. Serendipity 3 on the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York earned a Guinness World Record title for a plate of fries dubbed crème de la crème pommes frites, priced at $200. The listed ingredients for the dish include chipperback potatoes, Dom Perignon. Sorry about that, battery died. All right. Listed ingredients for the dish include chipperback potatoes, Dom Perignon champagne, J. LeBlanc French champagne, Ardina vinegar, cage-free goose fat from France, Guerande truffle salt, truffle oil, Crete Senesi pecorino tortufello cheese, shaved black summer truffles from Italy, truffle butter, organic grass-fed cream from Jersey cows, Gruyere, truffled Swiss raclette, and a topping of 23-karat edible gold dust. Must be yummy. Most expensive sandwich is $214. Again, Serendipity 3 earned another world record title when it offered the quintessential grilled cheese, not green, grilled cheese, with a $214 price tag. Sandwich, which is gilded in 24-karat gold, features French Pullman champagne bread made with Dom Perignon champagne, covered in grass-fed white truffle butter before being filled with slices of, oh boy, I'm not even going to be able to pronounce this one, Caciocavallo Podolico cheese? Never heard of it. Most expensive crab cake, $310. Chef Lazarus Ken Laseth Walker of the Twist restaurant in Columbia, South Carolina, developed the recipe for what would end up being dubbed the most expensive crab cake. The opulent seafood creature features king crab meat, butter, herbs, black truffles, platinum leaves, and platinum dust. Doesn't that sound yummy? Woo! Most expensive ice cream, $6,696. For dessert, Japanese brand Gelato developed a flavor called Byakuya that retails for a whopping $6,696 per serving. The pricey treat's ingredients include a rare white truffle grown in Alba, Italy, that cost about $6,905 per pound. It also includes Parmigiano Reggiano and sake lees. This next one, the most expensive cheese, $32,000. A 4.8-pound wheel of Cabrelli's blue cheese, manufactured by Guillermo Pendas at his family's Los Puertos factory, was auctioned for a record-breaking $32,000 after taking top honors at the 51st Cabrelli's cheese competition in Las Arenas. The cheese, which earned a Guinness World Record for the most expensive cheese sold at auction, is aged in the mountain caves of Asturias. And there you have it, the 5 most expensive foods in the world. There are no links to any of them, but that is ridiculous. Now, if you have emus that have escaped, wouldn't you hope they would find a nice place to go? Escaped emus wander into vet clinic's parking lot. Employees at a veterinary clinic in England had an unusual day when a pair of loose emus showed up in the parking lot. The Edgewood Veterinary Group said in a Facebook post that the flightless Australian birds made an unexpected appearance outside of the clinic in Purley, Essex. Nicola Watson, the clinic's manager, said employees were initially skeptical when a resident told them there were 2 ostriches in the area, but they took a look anyway and found nothing. The workers were shocked when the birds, identified as emus and not ostriches, turned up the next day in the clinic's parking lot. Employees corralled the emus, which were then taken to a local petting zoo before later being returned to their owner. Mystery big cat caught on camera in Arizona mountains. Arizona, I think you win this week. You have 2 stories. Wildlife officials in Arizona are trying to identify a mysterious big cat caught on camera in the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. A video uploaded to Facebook, to YouTube. Start that over. A video uploaded to YouTube by user Jen Fletcher shows an unidentified creature that appears to be a large feline in the mountain range. Tom Cadden, a person for the Arizona Game and Fish Department, said officials have seen the video but have not yet been able to identify the animal. It's not one of our native big cat species, mountain lion, bobcat, ocelot, or jaguar, he told Arizona Republic, and it's pretty big for a house cat. He said one possibility is that the creature is an exotic cat that escaped from a private owner, but that's just speculation. Jim DeVos, assistant director with Arizona Game and Fish Department, echoed the theory. My guess is that it's probably something that was bought at a wildlife auction. Could be from Africa or South America. It's nothing I'm familiar with, but it's not a house cat. And looking at the video, it's not a house cat. You gotta love Hallmark for doing this. And maybe I'll apply for it. Company will pay someone $2,000 to watch 12 Hallmark movies. A subscription box company is seeking a special Christmas movie maven to get paid $2,000 to watch and rank 12 Hallmark Hollywood holiday movies. Bloomsy Box said the chosen candidate will also receive an ample supply of Ghirardelli hot cocoa and 2 pairs of fuzzy socks to guarantee a cozy watching experience. We've devised an ironclad rating system designed to stand up to the scrutiny of even the most steadfast of Scrooges, the website said. The film fan will be asked to rank each movie by criteria, including festivity factor, predictability quotient, that's dangerous with a Hallmark movie, chemistry check, tearjerker test, and replay value. The movies chosen for the experiment are The Most Wonderful Time of the Year, 2008, Crown for Christmas, 2015, The 9 Lives of Christmas, 2014, Christmas Getaway, 2017, Journey Back to Christmas, 2016, Ghost of Christmas Always, 2022, Family for Christmas, 2015, Christmas Under Wraps, 2014, 3 Wise Men and a Baby, 2022, A Royal Christmas, 2014, North Pole, 2014, and The Christmas Train, 2017. In addition to the $2,000 payment, the chosen candidates will also receive a 12-month Flower Box subscription. Yeah, let's go, girls. Applications are open through December the 3rd, and I do give you the link, so if you would like to apply, go for it. Mysterious humming noise keeping Northern Ireland city awake at night. A mysterious humming sound has been keeping residents of a Northern Ireland city awake at night, and officials said they have yet to determine its source. The sound, described as a humming or buzzing noise, has been reported most frequently between 10 p.m. and midnight in Omagh, County Tyrone. Due to the wide area where the sound has been reported, it is difficult to pinpoint the exact source. A spokesman for the Fermanagh and Omagh District Council told the BBC. Officers are currently investigating the use of specialist equipment and or procurement of a specialist company to assist in detecting the source of the noise. Councillor Stephen Donnelly said the noise has been disturbing residents' sleep for several weeks. For some people, it's something that they've gotten used to, he told RTET Radio. For some people, they haven't heard it, but for a considerable number of other people, it's something that's providing a disturbance that is giving a real cause for concern. And yes, I can imagine it is. Kind of like when you get ringing in the ear. It's annoying. All right. We are reading from the Promises from God's Heart. And here is our next reading. We have this hope as an anchor for our lives, safe and secure. Hebrews 6, verse 19. For you have been a stronghold for the poor, a stronghold for the needy person in his distress, a refuge from the rain, a shade from the heat. Isaiah 25, 4. But whoever listens to me will live securely and be free from the fear of danger. Proverbs 1, 23. And that is it for today's reading and today's podcast, with one exception. I did forget to tell you where the cats came from. The cats are a rescue from a feral colony. Now, I have been told that they are very friendly, and of course, several of the pictures with cuddles has a little girl, little boy holding them. So, I feel like it's going to be fine with these kitties. But I thought I would tell you that this lady rescues thousands, I'm sure thousands of cats each year from certain death, as well as finding homes for them. So if you have someone in your local area that does that, you might want to consider helping to support them. Take them a bag of cat food, a bag of kitty litter, meet some of their needs. All right, that is it for today's podcast. As always, be kind to one another, love one another. Get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in. And I will see you again next week. All right, bye.